This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.
Air on. Power on.
It's time to take your place on the starting grid and get ready for Racer Radio. Your host, Dave Stahl, about to take you for a white-knuckled lap around the motorsports industry, covering everything from top-notch national drivers and crew chiefs right down to your local kid racers and racetracks. Watch for the apex, because here comes Racer Radio with Dave Stahl.
All right, folks, welcome to Racer Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer.
We've got Britney Sandoval in the house. She walked out on a birthday party. She's probably going to have to take back pies and cakes and all kinds of things to get
I have a plan.
To get back into the birthday party. And who's the party for?
My father-in-law, 80.
Happy
The patriarch.
birthday.
I will let him know that Dave Stahl wishes him happy birthday.
And what's his name?
Hal Summers, or Handsome Hal.
Well, Handsome Hal, happy birthday to you.
Oh,
80 years old.
80 years young, yeah.
Oh, I know he's young, and you have to go home and learn how to play Hawaiian music.
I already learned it. I have to play it as soon as I show up.
You already learned it?
That's what I did Thursday and Friday.
Really? Banging on the old keyboard?
Brought out the old ivories, dusted them off, and found middle C again.
Is that why your hands are all cramped up looking?
I know. I haven't played for over a decade.
So, who have you got in the house today?
You know, Dave, how my mind wanders sometimes.
Slightly.
Yeah. So on the drive up here, I was thinking today's guest is probably about 1/6 the age of next week's guest.
1/6. At least you can do
Yes.
the math.
Yes. It was a simple math problem, but, it shows that age is just a number. It doesn't define you, because I'm sure both guests, today's and next week's, are going to be enjoying some time in the dirt this season.
Yeah, you think?
Absolutely. So I'm finding out a lot's changed since we saw each other last. We are both Lewis Leopards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He's no longer a junior driver. I was going to introduce today's guest as a junior driver because he's a 7th grader.
Right.
But oh no, he's jumping into the 600s.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So please welcome Deegan Irey and crew chief Ben Irey.
Which would also be father.
Yes.
That's correct.
And car owner.
And car owner.
I'll take all of those, yes.
Yes.
And the bank, which helps, but we're going to see if we can't generate some sponsorship, because I'm sure you have a spot on the side of the car.
And
we
wins.
would love to have more sponsors, Dave, yes.
Well, and that's what it's all about. Deegan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You'd rather be racing, huh?
Yeah, probably. But I mean, this is pretty cool.
Well, this is something. I mean, if you plan to do this for a while, this is a very, very important part of what you do, because you could drive like nobody's business, but if you can't talk, or if you can't, talk in the microphone, then sponsors say, well, he's kind of cute, but, let's move on and find somebody that
will promote my stuff.
That'll promote us.
Yeah.
So how long you been racing?
I've been racing for 7 years. Started in go-karts, moved through all the classes.
Go-karts on the dirt or asphalt?
Asphalt at K1 speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you did the indoor stuff. Yeah, I used to go to Imago and Cone Speedway, and and I just ran a KT 100, because I didn't want to have to fool with anything. I just wanted to drive. I didn't want to have to maintain it necessarily. So, but K1 Speed, the only thing I don't like about those guys, if I get a little out of control, or if I think 4 or 8 wheels are better than 4, they got that box they take and go, they turn me down.
Yeah.
You ever been turned down?
Yeah, I've been turned down once. I've been brake checked.
Don't you?
No.
Yeah, what's up
I was
with
going to
that?
ask you what
Yeah.
got you turned down.
I know. That's the only thing I hate about it.
Yeah.
And I know the owners of K1 Speed. I remember when they first decided to do this, and they asked me what I thought. I said, hello? Why not? Of course, now they're everywhere. Do you have any other gear?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're looking for another sponsor, as much as you go to K1 Speed, they have a complete line of driving suits and thermal underwear and socks. So you gotta,
Yeah, when you outgrow your next batch, I'm sure.
Is about every 3 months, it seems to me like. Or are you done growing? No, you're not done.
He's not done growing. Maybe we were eye to eye. It's been a year since I saw him. It's exactly a year where Lewis said,
Now
you're
he's
going
way
home.
taller than
Indefinitely.
you.
Yeah. And now he's taller. He's a 7th grader, and he's
So you're jumping into a 600, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Have you taken one out yet?
Yeah, I've been to a couple practices
Okay.
here and there, but no races yet. 'Cause
Right.
we were planning on doing some races last year, but then everything shut down when we got the car. So.
Yeah.
Crew chief over here showed me video. He was not lifting.
Are you supposed to?
No, not if you want to win.
Yeah.
It's going into the turn, coming
that's
out of
what
the
they were
turn. He wasn't lifting.
That's what they were telling me about Bristol, because all the NASCAR guys are going to be racing at Bristol.
Oh yeah, the commercials have been hilarious.
And they say because of the banking, they don't lift.
Speaking of that, me and our family is going to Bristol on dirt. We got tickets, so it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Look, goosebumps.
I can't wait for that. Like, the commercials are cracking
me up. Promoter, how come you haven't got us tickets to
Kyle
Bristol?
Larson's going to win again.
Well, of course he's going to win.
It's going to be Larson and Bell out
front.
front.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else is going to be in the wall. Because
Yeah,
it's going to be a crash fest.
Yeah.
That is going to be.
Do we know if there's banking in that one much? Is it
Yeah.
huge?
Yeah.
Bristol's
They're not even going to need any.
I'm curious if they're going to increase the banking and roll the dirt up against the K-rail and actually add more banking to it.
It very well could be. And what I was told this morning, I was being schooled.
Oh.
And that is they want a super dry track. They don't want any moisture in it because they want it to slick up like asphalt is what they're hoping for.
Well, there's a slick part. And then before the kind of asphalt feel of it, that's a gray area.
That's the gray area.
Before it starts feeling like asphalt. Oh boy.
So you started off with go-karts on asphalt, and then when did you flip to dirt?
When did you come to the other side?
Oh my gosh.
I started winning a lot of races at go-karts, and I started getting really good lap times, like best of the month and stuff like that. And we decided to step it up a little bit and invest in racing, and then we got into dirt.
Yeah, your dad just said, "Oh, you think you're good, huh? Let me show you another way to race."
Which
will humble you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you start out in this stuff, Dave, you think that it's a pretty simple road that you can just step into another one and everything just kind of lines up. As you get more into it, you realize how much is involved in this stuff and the different platforms of racing and how advanced they become as you move up.
Well, in dirt, everybody looks at dirt like, "Oh, well, that's easy."
Not easy at all.
It's not, because that track changes every lap.
Every lap. Just like you were talking about at Bristol, if it starts taking rubber down at the bottom and blowing up, everybody's going to be moving around, searching for grip. It's going to change the dynamic of this race a lot. So racing on dirt, it's different.
It's an adventure.
I'm curious how they're going to prep Bristol. I'm really curious how much dirt are they going to put down? Because, if you watch monster trucks on the dirt, after a while, they're down on the asphalt, because they're burning it up, and spinning and jumping and what have you. So it'll be interesting to see, because this is really their first time putting a NASCAR on dirt since I think they did it back in the 70s.
Did they really?
They do Camping World Truck Series. They do
Yeah,
Eldora.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a NASCAR, just the trucks.
Well, and I heard that a bunch of the NASCAR guys, Tony Stewart, opened up Eldora for them to come practice.
Oh, really?
I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
But Eldora is just a little tiny track compared to Bristol, which is what do you call those things that you can put paper together? Paperclip.
Hairpin.
Or paperclip.
Oh, yeah, the
Paperclip,
paperclip. Ventura.
Well, I looked at the teacher because I figured she would know what a paperclip was. All right, folks, welcome back to Racer Radio. I'm feeling better already.
Oh, yeah?
Because I wasn't feeling good earlier this morning.
Did we bring up your spirit?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
That's what Racer
good.
Radio does right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer.
This segment's brought to you by Paris Auto Speedway. Deegan, you ever been to Paris Auto Speedway?
I've been once just to watch some racing. But
Oh,
I've
but you
never
haven't been on the
raced
track, have you?
Epic.
Oh, it's epic.
Not yet.
It'll scare the you-know-whatskis out of you. This is Racer Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The answer.
All right, we got Britney Sandoval in here. She stiffed somebody's birthday party.
I
today.
have to go abruptly at the end of
Quickly.
this interview. They're
Briskly.
waiting on me.
Briskly.
That's what I was just told.
Yes. Are you getting
you better
text?
get there in a hurry.
I just got a phone call. I thought you were just introducing them.
Oh.
Why are you still there?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We're waiting on you. They have a flight to catch. All that. Yeah.
Yeah, when's the
Anyway.
flight? At 4?
I don't know.
Just tell.
Enough
Aren't they retired? Anyway, so let's talk about our driver.
They have a game plan for 2021. I would like to hear it because it's like a crescendo in music. It's going to
peak.
Yes, at the end.
Yeah,
so let's hear this plan. What's your plan?
Yeah.
So April 17th, we're going to Lemoore. We're gonna run the races up there, the micro races, and we haven't planned out all of our races yet, but we're planning to go to there, and then we want to run the California Cup. And then at the end of the year, we're hoping to go to the Tulsa Shootout, which is going to be really fun.
That's where you're going to get noted.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to get noticed.
Yeah.
Got to get a couple good finishes there.
Yeah. And I know this is easy for me to say, but you got to try not to be nervous. You got to try to look at it as, hey, I'm just going to do the best I can do. And whatever happens, happens. Because you put too much pressure on yourself, it'll just be so difficult that pretty soon you'll just say, you know what, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore, because then it becomes a job. It's got to be fun. Yeah. And I know the minute you go into turn one, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. When the flag drops, everything else goes away.
You get the little butterflies when you're first going in, but as soon as the green flag drops, it all goes away.
Everything goes away.
Have you learned to breathe?
You don't really think about it, but I mean, I think I have. I don't know.
See, back when I raced go-karts, that was my biggest challenge, was breathing, especially if I got in front.
Would you hold your breath?
Yeah. I know I have. I think bracing on the turns, I do, and it's not till it's a red where I'm like, oh, I wasn't breathing.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I've wanted to race ever since I was a little kid. My life the path didn't go the direction I wanted it to go. But I do have my 3 first-place trophies from go-karting sitting right on my mantle that I look at every single day, 24/7.
Look at every
Well, Dave,
morning.
we've got another micro sprint in the garage.
You're gonna say that See, then I gotta go. I've got a go-kart ride. I did get in a 410.
You did
out of Verona Speedway with Waitman, Randy Waitman.
Waitman, yeah,
number 69. So he says you can drive it. I go, really?
Wow.
He goes, yeah. I said, I will on 2 rules. He goes, what's that? If I wreck it, I don't have to buy it. And 2, I want to go by myself. And he says, yeah, okay, that's fine. So I went. So he's telling me all these things. You got to do, pull this, turn that, do this, do that. I go, just start it. So they hit me in the tail end, and I came out of the chute like a bull. I'm standing on it. I go into turn 1, and I'm, doing, turn right to go left. Did 10 laps, came in, and he goes, I said, what'd you think? He goes, wow, you were doing pretty good for never driving before. I said, well, let me go out again and I'll open my eyes.
Wow.
That was the wildest thing I have ever done, ever. I'm telling you. And I was hooked like nobody's business. Was that kind of the same experience with you once you get in the 600?
Yeah, it was a big difference. In the junior sprint, when you get on the gas, it would put you back in your seat a little bit, but with the micros, the acceleration is
just stupid fast.
Yeah.
And then you got to learn how to control that.
Yeah. And then you got to learn how to control it through the corner because they carry a lot of speed.
And that's the seat time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the next question is, now that you live in Alpine, are we going to have a track?
Oh, I so wish we did. We bought a nice property up there, but not enough room for a track. There's
There's a little circle track around the house. Mom's not going to know.
They own. I don't think they want to upset the neighbors.
Well, the neighbors are pretty cool, and we got some other local racers that live up there too. We may be able to work something
around
out.
the house, just around the house.
Yeah, that's what I do, and then put plants, little flowers, or on the outsides of the track. Just don't take out the plants.
Yep.
But because again, it's all seat time.
Yeah.
And I don't think is Camp Lockett big enough.
I'm not sure.
Have you been there?
I don't seem to think so.
I don't think so.
I've driven past there. I've never stopped.
I never have either. And
we keep saying we want to get up there.
Yeah.
We hear a ton of good things, but the pictures I see, it just doesn't seem big enough.
It's interesting, though, the tracks that these 600s run on, they're much smaller.
Well,
that's
Tulsa
what I thought.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Tulsa's tiny.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
these things really
that's
work
what I
well.
thought.
Oh,
and like
true.
I said, when you go home this afternoon, start walking around.
Yeah, if you just walk it enough and start wearing a path, then you can just show them.
The whole family around and around. So
We've plotted the track. We're all set.
See, Dad's already got it figured out.
I think the whole family is behind Deegan.
Well, of course.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
And you want to go far.
Yeah, I want to try and make it to NASCAR, I want to get there.
There's
really
part
bad.
of me, like, if a teacher says, to the kids, write about what you want to do with your future. And if he says, I want to be a professional, if you ever have that assignment, tell me and I'll talk to the teacher, because I don't want him to doubt you. Like, oh yeah, okay, right. But I'll be like, no, seriously, you need to see this guy race.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's been his drive forever. I mean, he wants to go toe to toe with Larson and Bell and all the big boys up there, and I think this is a great way for us to try to achieve that. I mean, Bell, Larson, they all still run micros and sprint cars and midgets and stuff like that. So it's an opportunity for us to make our way up the chain of these cars and possibly, get that door opened.
Well, make a plan and work the plan.
I'm going to put you on the spot in case your baseball coach is listening. Are you willing to give up baseball?
If I make it far enough, yes.
Because he's a good ball player too, Dave.
I play first base and pitcher. I'm a lefty, so
that's kind of rare. I mean, that's valuable in the,
valuable
baseball world.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, what makes you happy?
I was gonna say bigger smile results from.
I think it'd be racing, just winning the races, and like racing in general.
Just racing, period. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get the same adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You don't get the same adrenaline rush. Are you planning on going to college?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. So you're going to get like into engineering or
Yeah,
something?
I was hoping to. Some sort of like engineering, working on things.
Right. Yeah. And even if you don't do that, say you don't go to college, you could at least go to work for companies that do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just don't pigeonhole yourself into a pit crew, because if you get into a pit crew, you'll never get back behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys and girls that went into the pits thinking that they would eventually get into, and that's just like people to be a board op wanting to sit here and be on air. It's very hard to make that. So I think with your dad and your mom and your
and his results.
And his little sister, no one's even talked about her.
Our gymnast.
Does she doesn't race?
She's been to K1 Speed a couple times, but
I bet she's good too, huh?
and she's tapped Deegan's Junior Sprint, so that is locked up in the garage as well.
So you still have it.
So everybody from Verona listening, you might have another girl racer coming out to challenge you guys.
Well,
the girls do well, and I hear
really
more and more people talk about how well the girls do.
They do. They're determined,
and they don't get overly flustered, and they seem to have a good plan. And
yes, they do.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, little Kelly that you guys have here on the air all the time, sweet girl.
Isn't she a hoot?
She's great, and we've been helping her out, trying to put some of her motors together for their stuff, and applying any of the stuff that we've learned along the way, and trying to help them out. We love watching her. She's a great little.
Her older sister races too.
Yeah, Catherine. Yeah, we raced with Catherine for a year or so in the junior divisions before she aged out.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny how you've raced with all these kids, and they're all kind of growing right up with you.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Larsons and all. What was the one we were just talking about? That's
Are you talking
Bell.
about? Oh,
Bell.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell. Yeah. So I'm just really excited for you. You're like I said, you're more than welcome to come back to radio, and anytime you want to be on TV, because when you're crawling up that ladder, it's great to show people. Well, here I was on TV. Here's a copy of it. Here's a copy of my show. So they can hear how you interview and how you answer questions.
Yeah.
How you present. And you present, as far as I'm concerned, extremely well. If I didn't think you did, I just wouldn't say anything. And I think you would have to agree.
Yeah. I've been speaking highly of you, Deegan. I'm excited to see where he goes at 12 years old, in his 600.
Yeah.
An eye on the prize at Tulsa already.
Right.
So I'm excited for you. I hope that after April 12th, I don't know. I don't want to start any rumors. San Diego Unified, we don't know when we're going back, but maybe I have a chance to see you in person and ask, like, how's it going?
Yeah.
He's going to be really fun to
emails.
watch. Yeah. But I'm just really excited for you.
Yeah.
I think he's someone we need to keep an eye on as a local growing
no
up for decades.
Reason why you can't. Really. I mean, that's it. Oh, yeah. Sponsors.
I'm wondering about sponsors.
Yeah, who are your sponsors?
We have Victory Graphics, Kevin from Victory Graphics. They did all the vinyl work.
Mm-hmm.
Those are his stickers.
Yeah, I'm wearing his shirt right now.
Oh, yeah.
We had our jackets that he made, hats. We have United Cleaning, which is my dad's company. And then we have Cheers Deli, which is...
Oh, yummy.
Yes, Cheers keeps our belly full.
I keep telling you guys, you always got to have a food sponsor.
That's right. Absolutely.
And then we have Polishing Pros, but we're looking for some more sponsors moving forward. Polishing Pros?
Now, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, through my mom's Instagram and Facebook at Irey Motorsports.
Okay.
And then, just text her through Instagram or Facebook.
Irey Motorsports. IREW.
R-E-Y. R-E-Y.
All you have to, if you want a good kid to represent your company, this is the one. All right, hey, it's great having you guys in.
Hey, thank you very much, Dave. What a great opportunity. Thanks for having us.
Doors open anytime. Just check out with my producer here. All right, this is FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.